Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another Teacher Joseph podcast. So, I'm in a supermarket today. This one is a little bit more expensive than the usual one I go to. So, people here generally are a little bit more well heeled, as we say in the UK, and that just means that they can afford to buy better shoes, well heeled, because the heel is the back part of the shoe, the bit you stand on, right at the back that's raised. So yeah, I'm in a supermarket which is a little bit more well heeled, and I'm here because I'm looking for a particular type of coffee. Now, this is life when you're married to someone from the Latin world. Coffee is very important, and you need to have the exact correct taste. So I'm just looking at the kinds of coffee that they have here. It's a little bit crazy with the way Latin people view coffee. It's like something almost sacred. I mean, a few weeks ago, we were out and we were at the hospital, and my friends were all asking me, "Oh, are you okay? You're at the hospital?" And I'm texting them back saying, "Yeah, fine. It's just the coffee is better here in the coffee shop." So that gives you an idea of just how important coffee is. So I've been told exactly what I have to buy. I have to buy Brazilian instant coffee if they don't have any Colombian instant coffee. Now, I would have thought instant coffee generally would have been a big no-no, but no. I have to get Brazilian instant coffee, even though it's double the price of every other kind of coffee. And I'm going to get a decaf version of that for myself as well. So, I mean, to be honest, I don't really care if I can say that. Well, I just do as I'm told. Oh, delicious! Luxury gold chocolate. What's this, made with the finest? Oh, no, this isn't chocolate. Wait a minute. It's a large gold box. It says luxury gold, but on reading it, it says luxury gold, our finest blend, made with the finest tea leaves from the world's best tea gardens. I don't know how much that is. $12.50. Oh no. I mean, I do like tea, but not at £12.50. I don't. Okay, next to the cereal. Triple chocolate crunch. That's loaded with sugar. Maple syrup flavor porridge. Oh, that sounds disgusting, doesn't it? Let's see. Haggis pizza. Ooh. Haggis is a really weird thing that people in the north of the UK eat. It's a Scottish traditional dish which has absolutely every bit of an animal you can think of, all wrapped in a sheep's stomach. Haggis. So they've got it on a pizza there. That'll because Barnes Night is coming up soon on the 25th, which is the night of the Scottish national poet Robert Burns. And we have a ceremony for that. It used to be a men-only night, but now everyone goes. Basically, you go and they read poetry to this kind of like dish that's sitting there in the middle of the table, and after they've done that, they stab it and eat it. It's a really bizarre thing. I don't know why we do that. It's an ancient ritual associated with Robert Burns, and it's called the Burns Supper. And you can find more about that online. But oh no, haggis pizza, no thank you. Let me see what else they've got here. Colin the Caterpillar, white chocolate. Oh no, not for me. You would think they would have some diabetic stuff in here. After all, it is for richer, more educated people, but no, Nothing like that. Okay, let me see. Yeah, I'm only going to buy the coffee in here because it's a little bit more expensive, and there's a cheaper supermarket a few blocks down. So I'm just, for some reason, I always find myself in the aisle that sells snacks and sweets. Here's a packet of crisps. Now, I think in American English they're just called chips. It's those fried round things. You buy them in a bag and you eat them while you're watching the movie. The thing that isn't popcorn. 4 cheese and onion 6 packs of crisps, $2.25. I mean, I just don't get that because in the other supermarkets you can buy a bag of 12 for just over £1. Well, I don't eat them anyway, but it just demonstrates how expensive this is. Listen to this one. Sea salt and sherry vinegar crisps. I mean, who would eat that? Sherry vinegar. It's got a picture of a bottle of sherry on the front. Doesn't that sound awful? Honey roast ham crisps. Oh, these are obviously deluxe crisps with the prices on there, aren't they? Oh, delicious. Mixed nuts. A little can of mixed nuts. It says roasted and salted mixed nuts. £6. Gee, no, I think I'll just head for the till and go to the next supermarket, which is just a few blocks down. So let me see. Yeah, it's these self-service tills. I really don't like using these, but I'm here. So let me see. So I've got my 2 jars of coffee here. Just set my baskets on the counter. Scan and shop. Right, so let's try this. Scan the QR code of your first item. Yep, that's one thing. Other jar of coffee. Finish and pay. No bag.
Please tap or insert your card on the payment device.
Okay, so let me just do that. Tap my card.
Your transaction is not yet completed. Please check.
Oh, there we are. Right, that's it done. Would I like a receipt? No.
Thank you for shopping at Marks & Spencer.
Right, great. So there we are. That was easy enough. So I just need to go now to the next supermarket. So just before we finish, I'm going to go outside and just describe what kind of day this is. So just bear with me a second. Right. Let me just step outside and then I'll describe the scene. Thanks very much. Right, so I'm just walking towards the door. They're always very friendly in here, but I suppose they would be if they're getting my money. So it's a very grey day compared to the supermarket, which is very, very bright. It's really, really noticeable that the people who shop in here would be a little bit more affluent than those who don't. Affluent is a word we use to describe people who are just a little bit more well-heeled, as I was saying earlier. I've just stepped outside. I'm faced with 2 beggars sitting right at the door. And of course, they're there because they know that this supermarket is rather more affluent and people must be giving them cash if they're there, I suppose. Otherwise, they wouldn't be there. And now I've just started my journey a few blocks down to the next supermarket. Yeah, a very grey sky. It's dry, but it's been raining. And there's people walking around with heavy jackets because, of course, it's still very, very cold. I believe the temperature here today is 3 degrees. Along the skyline, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 churches. a number of electricity pylons on the horizon, which is where the sky meets the land. And yeah, it's lovely. There's an electronic billboard. That's one of these electronic signs flashing at me, saying there's a sale of 50%. There's a number of older people around, but then there would be, because the time of making this, it's fairly early, and a lot of older people come out, do their stuff early, and then go back home. Yeah, our town has an observatory. So if you're into astronomy, you can look at the stars there. It's been closed for the last few years because it's being renovated. So the observatory, the top part of it, the roof which opens, is like a dome. It's in a kind of Roman shape. I can see that there as well. And there's also the railway bridge. And there's a block of flats which are very, very high. Flats here tend to be only 2 levels, but there's 1 or 2 blocks around which are about 10, 12 levels, and there's a bright red light on the top because we're living just next to the airport. So I guess planes have to be careful. So yeah, a very grey, angry looking sky on one side, but looking behind me, the sky is quite bright. Now, this description I've just given you, some of it might be okay if you were doing an exam, but it would be much better, of course, if you try to compare things. Now, I've told you this before, okay? So comparing is much better than just saying, oh, there is this, there is that, there's the next thing. Even talk about what it reminds you of, about the mood that's being set. That way you get a much higher mark. Oh, there's that delicious coffee shop that I usually go to. I think after I finish in this supermarket, I'll pop in and have a coffee. Yeah, I think they owe me a drink anyway. I got 1 free drink with some weird competition they were having last time. So I'll pop in there and get my free beverage. And that's it. So I'll see you all again soon. I hope you've enjoyed this. Let's talk soon. See you. Bye.